I want to shift into sort of talking about the afterlife of this project, both the immediate one, how you guys set about to initially exhibit the work or pilot, and then the road that it took to the Historic New Orleans collection.
Well, that's a 47-year-old story. This is the afterlife, but we got back to, I went back to Chicago. Doug got a job in the East, and we printed more of these things. And I was going through some stuff, and this is a letter from the Natural History magazine. It's a rejection of us. We must have sent, you can't read it, but essentially they're rejecting it. It's not scientific nor sociological enough for us. We sent it to magazines and things like that. And there were some publications. Southern Culture, does that magazine still exist? It was a big magazine. They did a nice piece on it. And we did have a show at Columbia College in Chicago where we both taught. Can you see that?
Didn't we come and visit, make an appointment and visit John?
We did.
At the museum while we were at the end of our stay, because we knew we had something valuable and good.
And that has to be noted that John has always championed this work. He liked it at the time and stayed up friends with us through the years, with gaps, of course. And I remember him coming up here to this studio where I now am. It wasn't as nice then as it is now, and looking through stuff. And that must have been at least 25, 30 years ago. We did some lectures. We went to Moncton University, I think. Not Moncton, Duval University in Canada, gave a lecture. I don't know if they did a show or not. I can't remember. I just remember it was very cold in the winter. The University in Lafayette did a show, I think, somewhere in that period. And then basically it sort of sat for years and years as we went on about the rest of our lives. I remember us sending out, information about it, applying for grants, and we got very little traction on it for many reasons, I think. One, the Cajun culture hadn't gotten the public eye. I think we were working in what I call the real world, and photography was getting to be, fine art photography was getting to be more about more manipulative or conceptual things. And we had to go on about our lives, teaching and doing other projects that to make a living, and commercial work as well.
So now, 40 plus years later, we've been working on this book for at least 2 years.
2 years.
At this point. What has that been like, returning to that time in your life? First of all, how old were each of you at the time?
I was 31.
Okay.
I must have been 30 because I'm a year younger. So
yeah,
we were puppies.
So what's it been like working on this book together, revisiting the images and looking at them now? Yeah.
But that's been, for me, that's been a very interesting part of all of this, because although I only live 2 hours north of Manhattan, and Charles lives in Manhattan, I live in the country, he's in the city. And, over the years, we ended up living our lives and kind of going our separate ways. We'd be in touch a little bit here and there. And but this brought us back together again. And the interesting thing was, once we started working on this again, I guess, as is true with any strong, real friendship, as soon as we started working on it again, it was, even though there may have been a gap of 25 years or more, I don't know, we just fell right back into it as if we had never skipped a beat.
Mhm.
So just on a personal level, bringing that back, I think is very, for me, is very valuable. And then, of course, we always thought the work was good, but if the rest of the world didn't happen to agree, or we weren't in the right place at the right time, so be it, you go on with your life. But it's very gratifying to now have the support of the museum and the interest of the museum, and to see this project come to fruition in our more mature years.
I mean, it's a testament if, don't give up, but,
Right.
stay with it. And I think we always believed in it. And I agree 100% with Doug. It's like we didn't miss a beat, though. It's probably has been 25 years. We really haven't done much together. And we had then, and we have now, a kind of wonderful working relationship and friendship that we share, I think, the common goal and aesthetic for sure, because we don't even know who took what anymore. And we melded that aesthetic at the time for sure, that we both had the similar training and background. And we kind of knew what the other expected of something, and we could riff on that pretty remarkably, and we still are doing that. And it's really a lot of fun. And I think it's also a test, like maybe it's better it happened now than it happened then,